Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. Today we are doing a second round of my IKEA favorites video. That was my most viewed video ever, and I realized that everybody loves IKEA, and that's pretty much the place that people go to when they're looking for affordable but design worthy pieces, I guess. So I recently redid my bedroom. I did an extreme bedroom makeover video. You can visit that here. But today I wanted to go a little more in depth and share with you guys what pieces I actually got. I'm going to be including the names and the prices, and I will link them down below as well. The great thing about IKEA is that a lot of the time these pieces are sold secondhand. So with this video, I am not trying to encourage you to go out and buy them brand new, but you can use this as a reference to find similar pieces in thrift stores, in consignment stores, and also secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. Now, with that being said, let's get started. So as we walk into my room, the very first thing here is kind of like my entryway cabinet. This is the Besta cabinet that I shared in my very first IKEA favorites video. I love this piece. It's really great for TV console tables. You can use it in a bedroom, you can use it in a living room. It's very versatile and it comes in multiple colors. You can get the version that attaches to the wall, or you can also get feet. Because I have so much stuff, I had to get the feet because it's way too heavy to put on the wall. But the other piece that I really love from IKEA is this new little handmade bowl that I got. This is very affordable, and I love that it can be used for many different purposes. For me, obviously, I'm using it as a grab and go kind of bowl, so it's easy enough to just grab what I need whenever I want. And the fact that it's clear makes it really great for a small space, because in a small space, you don't want a lot of clutter, but having a glass piece just contributes kind of that like light and airy feel to the entire room. The next piece that I have here is this really beautiful round mirror. I'm gonna go over here. So this is the replacement mirror that I got instead of my old white Rotsund mirror. I think that's what it was called. And I really like this one because it's very simple, very, very minimal. I really like the thin frame around it, and it does kind of have that like woody texture and appearance. So it's great to add a bit more of a natural element to a space, and it's gigantic. So I just think it's a really great versatile piece. You can use it in a washroom, in an entryway, or in a bedroom. The next thing here is this beautiful jute rug. Now this is definitely more of an expensive piece. It is, I think, $120 in Canadian plus tax, but it's definitely worth it because of the thickness of the carpet. This is a natural jute rug, so obviously it is good quality. I love how thick it is. You don't need those like sticky runners underneath because it really just stays in place. And I love that it's got all of these different like natural shades of the material and fiber. I think it just adds so much warmth and coziness to the space. It is not the most comfortable when you're standing on it. However, because it is a natural material, it's not uncomfortable, I guess. Like, you just kind of have to get used to how it feels under your feet, and I wear slippers anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, I do love that it adds so much warmth to the space. My next IKEA favorite is this desk. Now, before I had a completely white desk and it was a little bit more minimal on the top, but this time around I wanted to make this kind of like an entryway table and also a desk. So I've tried to keep it really simple with the decor, but I obviously have my laptop here. This is actually called a laptop table because it's not super wide or deep. I don't know how you would call that dimension, but this one is very simple, and I love how clean it looks in the space. It also just adds another natural wood element, which contributes warmth and texture to the space as well. And this is good for my needs when it comes to a desk. It's not going to be for everybody because it is extremely small, but I feel like it is definitely a good starter piece, and it can also be used as kind of like a side table in a hallway as well. Now the stool that I have here is, I don't know if I want to call it a favorite, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyway. The reason why I don't want it to be called a favorite is because it's really loud. Like when you sit on it, I'm just going to sit here. you can like hear it, right? So it's not my favorite in that sense, but I do love that you can actually adjust how tall it is. This actually goes up kind of to the height of like a bar stool, so it is a versatile piece. This one again is a little bit more pricey just because it's made of higher quality materials, I would assume, and it was worth it for me because I feel like it just really brings this whole desk area together, and I feel like it blends well with the black on the desk too. So if you're looking for a stool, you can check that one out. However, just note that it is quite loud. The next favorite that I have here is a mini lamp, so I'll turn it off just for the purpose of showing you. I thought this lamp was going to be much bigger, but it's super, super tiny. Like, this is the size of my hand compared to it. So it's not a gigantic piece. So that's why I added the books underneath, just to give it a little bit more height. But I do love the design of this because it's so minimal and simple. It kind of looks like a very contemporary design, and it just brings something to this little vignette that I have going on here. I think that it's a great thing that you can pair with candles or more detailed decorations because it is so minimal, and the light that it gives off is actually pretty good as well. It's quite bright, so I do like it for that too. The next favorite that I have here is this beautiful pillowcase. As you can see, the texture is very linen-like. I actually don't know if this is real linen. I'll have to check, but I really like this one, and also the insert inside because it's very plush. It adds comfort and coziness to my bed, and I also just love that it adds another natural element to the space because of its texture and fabric. I don't think it's very expensive. I want to say it's under $30, but I'll have to double check that. Yeah, I just love the way that it looks. It's a very neutral color, so it'll go well in pretty much any space. The next favorite that I have are these sheer curtains and the black curtain rod. At the moment, I accidentally broke off the end of the curtain rod, so I need to crazy glue it back on. However, I do love the contrast between the black matte and also just like the sheer curtain. They're very good quality in my opinion. I do love the texture that they give, and they really flow. So when it's windy outside, they actually just like move super lightly, and I think it's so pretty. It just reminds me of like being on vacation or something. And I love them for the reason that you can still see through them, so they don't make the room feel dark. And I think that's important in a small space, especially a bedroom, because you want to make it feel as large as possible. So this is definitely a great option, and they're super affordable. The next curtains that I have here are also from IKEA. I've just got the white rod up there just so that it blends into the wall, and like, I don't know what that molding, is that what it's called at the very top? I have no idea, but it just kind of blends into the space. And the idea with these curtains was to make the room feel taller, because when I'm standing in the mirror here, it just adds height to the room, and I really like that. So just note, when you're putting up curtains, it should always be 3 to 4 inches from the ceiling, and that's what's going to make your space feel taller and much bigger. But these curtains in particular are really amazing because they're very thick. They've got this really nice pattern on them, the stitching pattern, and I love how bright they are. So they're really great for, you know, just over a window, or you can even put them on a wall to kind of create like a faux window area. They definitely need a bit of a steam, but they're pretty easy to maintain. The next favorite from IKEA is this throw. This is a super warm and very soft throw. I love it because every time I wash it, it just gets softer and softer. I love the bit of fringe on the edge. It definitely adds texture to this area in specific. I always keep it on my chair because I use it in the mornings, but it can also go kind of like at the end of a bed to add texture to that feature as well. But it's super affordable. I think it comes in like an olive green as well, if color is your thing, and it's a great piece to add to a space without spending a ton of money. The next favorite from IKEA are these baskets. So I have 2 of these at the moment. One is holding my purses in their dust bags, and then the other is just for my exercise gear. And I really like these because they hold quite a bit of stuff. So I've got weights in in there, ankle weights, bands, and all of that good stuff. And I like how casual they feel. It brings like a certain level of like natural texture to the space as well because of this weaving. And I love that you can also kind of shrink it down to a half size if you want to store less inside of it or put it on a shelf that's maybe a little bit shorter. I think they're also pretty affordable, maybe under $20 I want to say, but I do really love these. I think that it's a great way to store things in style and at an affordable price. Okay, and last but not least, because so many of you asked in my previous IKEA video, my last favorite is this bed. So this is the Brimneys Daybed. I just want to lift up this comforter to show you guys, but basically this bed is a day bed, so it doesn't have like your normal headboard or anything like that, and it also pulls out to a double if you want to have a larger bed. I don't need a larger bed. I am literally the size of a mouse, so a twin it is. But for me, I really love having the under bed storage because there's so much potential. Okay, that's super messy, I'm sorry. But yeah, I just really like the storage idea, and I also just love how simple it looks in a room. And you can do a lot with this bed because it is a day bed. You can put it up against a wall, you can put it in a corner. The options are endless, really. And there you have it, my friends. That is my round 2 of IKEA favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. And if you did, as always, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. I do post every Monday and Thursday. Before we close out this video, I want to know, do you own any of these IKEA items, or do you have any IKEA favorites that we need to know about? Let us know in the comments down below as well. I do want to remind you that buying secondhand is the best way to purchase sustainably, and also if you are getting rid of items that you already own, the best thing to do is resell them instead of throwing them out. If there's anything else in my bedroom that caught your eye that you would like a link for, please let me know in the comments and I will be happy to provide that to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.